From the first day in 2017, no vehicle used or new is allowed to enter Nigeria through the land borders. Importation is only legal through the seaports. The restriction on importation of vehicles follows that of rice, whose imports have been banned through the land borders since April 2016. The list of items is long and includes all types of footwear, bags and suitcases, live or dead birds, fruit juice in retail packs and a whole lot more. This step has been applauded by many Nigerians, but some have asked the question, is Nigeria producing enough of these products to meet the demands of Nigerians? Well, let's discuss the issues surrounding patronizing local products in Nigeria. Welcome to Big Story. I'm Amy Thompson.
Say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
The passage into law of the Nigerian Local Content Bill is one of the significant developments in localizing management and control of the oil and gas industry. The bill received presidential assent on the 2nd of April 2010 and created a law to provide for a framework towards indigenous content in the Nigerian oil and gas industry and works through the Nigerian Content Monitoring Board, which is charged with the responsibility to manage the coordination, monitoring and implementation of local content law. Although this law has been tilted towards the oil and gas industry, the present administration has embraced an all-encompassing approach to protect the Nigerian economy, which is one of the reasons for the long list of banned items and the closure of land borders for vehicle importation.
No vehicle, new or old, gets into this country. We also reconstituted our patrol teams and send them to likely routes that smugglers might use to bring in these vehicles.
But even this move is being viewed from two perspectives.
The Nigerian government have taken the step of saying, okay, if we cannot get duties, adequate duties from these vehicles, let us put a ban on it.
One of the cardinal points of the government is that he is going to create employment. Is he going to create employment by reducing people that are working in various sectors? This particular sector has employed a lot of people. There could be more emphasis on that.
For workers at the port, however, this is a good move which should boost their business.
If they close the border, let the duty here come down. Nobody will go through the border. They will come through here. And another thing, this is Roro Port. We have Roro Port here. I can tell you that they are suffering. Because when goods are coming from the neighboring countries, them here can never make it. Like last time, PTML, Grimadi, PTML, they sacked not less than 300 workers. Because they can't pay. And those workers they sacked are Nigerians.
Another consideration is the port facilities, as well as issues of bureaucracy in the process of clearing goods.
The Presidential Committee on Ease of Doing Business has prioritized reducing the bureaucracy that obtains. One of the important things that we need to put in place is the national single windows. We as the Nigerian Ports Authority are working on our ports community system, which will interface with the national single windows. We've also noted that Nigerian Customs is doing the same and would interface within all agencies that operate in the port and ensure there's one platform whereby an operator or an entity can come and make payments for their respective operations in the port. Some of the frameworks of the National Single Window and Ports Community System have been submitted. We're working to harness and synchronize it between the Nigerian Ports Authority and the Nigerian Customs Service to provide that improvement in efficiency in our ports.
Security on the waterways to avoid loss of cargoes to other countries is another factor.
We're actively working with the Nigerian Navy. The Nigerian Navy is taking on this challenge to have our waterways being secured. NEMA is also putting in place, in fact, they've presented a security architecture, a new security architecture for maritime safety, which would prevent and ensure that our waterways are safe. One of the issues that we've noted is the practicality of the situation, as it were, beyond the height, beyond the positions being purported by people, but looking at the actual data on the piracy that obtains within our waterways and the amount of, because the Joint Task Force is doing quite a lot of work in that area, and I think they've achieved tremendous success in that. But as I said, it's important to sustain that, to communicate to the world that our waterways are safe enough. Both Nigerian Navy and NEMA are working actively in collaboration with the other agencies of government to ensure that our waterways are safe.
A substitute for both the land and port importation of vehicles would be local manufacturing, which is the line of business here, although the proprietor complains of challenges which is militating his work. And for him, the worst is lack of patronage.
If Nigeria support made in Nigeria, like this factory, Nigeria will move forward. And some of them sometimes doesn't like to buy made in Nigeria. Sometimes some people in the office, they will tell them to buy a local made vehicle. They say they must buy an imported one, that they want imported one. Instead, they will go and buy second hand.
Mr. James Uzu is one of the stakeholders of Nigeria's manufacturing sector and a potential beneficiary from the federal government's ban list. In his factory, he produces industrial products, domestic products, as well as traveling bags. For over a decade now, he has contributed his quota of reducing the importation of especially boxes. He shares his experience.
I've had a lot of experience in manufacturing. First, I started with importation. Then I go into manufacturing. Then manufacturing in Nigeria is quite good, but there are a lot of distractions. A lot of smugglers are bringing such products into the country, which in turn becomes cheaper than the one manufactured in Nigeria. Also, the